Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Mo and Shay Fits and Facts. I'm Shay.
I'm Mo. And today we have a special guest and we're going to talk about fashion on our cycle. So I'm going to let the special guest introduce herself.
So my name is Kalayla. I am an LVN. Also, I go by KK. So,
and if y'all don't know, KK is my twin sister.
She is a special guest.
Yes, but I am a licensed vocational nurse, specifically doing director staffing development and infection prevention. So I am here to just spread a little advice to Shay and Mo today.
Okay, nice KK.
And our viewers.
Yes.
This is a good episode.
Yes.
So I wanted to do this episode. I talked to Shay about this because for me, I went to the doctor and I had some hormonal imbalance. So she was telling me about how we're always on a cycle each week. So as a woman, we're on a cycle. Every week we're on a different cycle. So I wanted to bring awareness to it because it's something that we should talk about, and it should be very open, especially when you're in fitness, you're trying to get pregnant, different things like that. So I wanted to talk about it, and why not include fashion? So yeah, that's why we're here. So I'm going to turn it over to KK, and then she's going to let you guys know.
Yes, so typically women are in their menstrual cycles for 30 days, 28 to 35 days, so mostly 30 days. So it's ongoing, and what we like to do is call it MFOL, which is your menstrual, follicle, ovulation, and luteal phase. Okay, so yeah, in your menstrual phase, this is where the menstruation begins. So where the lining of your uterus, it's bleeding out. And then you have your follicle where the phase overlaps in a menstrual phase, and it continues with ovulation. Then you have your ovulation day, where it's triggered by a surge of hormones. So the hormones are going to start increasing a lot around this time. And this is typically where we're grumpy or highly emotional. Okay. And then you have your luteal phase after ovulation. And that's where the cycle is actually going to be starting all over again. Okay.
I think that's great that you went through the phases. And Mo, I'm so excited about this topic because when we like to mention that we are on our cycles, a lot of time it's associated with a specific part of it, not to get graphic, but you guys know what I'm talking about at home. And that's actually only a part of it. And we're going through this all throughout the month. So even if it's like, I just was on it, no, you're always on it. You're just at different phases. So I think that's important to know. So when we moody, are we hungry, are we happy? We in a certain phase.
Know that there's certain phases. Agreed.
And I would say if you are on a fitness journey, and this is why I found out mine, understand what you need to do for your workout regimen. So make sure you're resting when you need to rest so you won't overexert your body. Your hormones will go, chaos will happen, and then it'll be hard for you to lose weight, and that's what happened to me. So when I was talking to Shay, I was like, we really, really need to do this episode because it's something that's not talked about. And I learned about this at 36 years old, and I'm just made 40 this year. So that's crazy that I never knew that. So if you ever see stuff that pops up on Instagram about these things, this is why, because we need to talk about it, and awareness need to happen. So yes.
And just a quick disclaimer, anything discussed on here is not to dictate how you handle your menstruation. We recommend that you go talk to a doctor, talk to your nurse. My sister is a licensed nurse, but still she's only just giving some knowledge. This is just for education purposes. Yes. It is not for you to take and use for yourself. Okay. Yes. So just a disclaimer.
Yes. Mostly like a guide. You know, a lot of women need that. Just, I'm feeling down. What can I do in this meantime to, help me feel better? And, just sharing that advice.
I agree.
Yeah.
So should we get into the fashion side of things?
We should.
Because that's what this is all about.
Look, we gotta look good.
You have to look good while you're on it. Yes.
So we're gonna get into fabrics, and I'm gonna ask Mo, why are breathable and soft materials like cotton, modal, in Jersey particularly important for comfort during menstruation?
Okay. So it makes you comfortable. Just period point blank. Everything I looked up, I was like, it is to make you comfortable. I did find out different things like cotton, bamboo are good fabrics to wear. Just breathable thing. I would say definitely for me, just make sure you're wearing cotton panties because it helps. Like, okay, this is a side of what we're talking about, but even when you're understanding you want to make everything breathable just when you're not on your period, that's just something my grandma told me, and I was just like, what is she talking about? But as I got older, I understand like sleeping without anything in the top, loose top, making everything loose. So it's kind of the same thing with your period, it's just in a different way. So I would say cotton. I just found out about the bamboo, so I thought that was really cool. Layering is key. I know sometimes for me, I layer a lot because if anything happened, something, embarrassing happens, I could just tie my, my layered hoodie or something on top of it. Loose bottoms, joggers are really good and make you flexible so you won't feel all stuffed when you're bloated. I mean, we all know, we know this, They do have dresses on here, and I thought that was very interesting. So it said maxi dresses. And so when they said that, I was like, okay, I could see wearing a maxi dress will be comfortable, especially if you have your shorts under there. So they had that there. Skirts as well, like a A-line skirt. And wearing dark colors. So today we also dressed in comfortable gear, me and Shay. And this is how I literally dress when I'm on my cycle. Like I dress very comfortable. I make sure that I have underwear and all that stuff for just my cycle. So I wanted to wear something that I will wear, and I wanted to be fashionable, Absolutely. And then they have different types of panties. Like I said, the cotton. They also have thongs that support you for your period and stuff like that. It's a lot of stuff going into that, and we'll list some stuff down when we air this out.
And can I say something that I just discovered recently?
What?
They actually have underwear that is like a built-in pad.
So I have a couple, and I have the thong. So even though I wear a tampon, but I wear the thong so it can support it. And I love them. Like love.
Okay, and I was skeptical because women have different, how their flow is different.
Absolutely.
And I was like, I don't know about this, but I think it's really innovative.
Yeah. And I would say, in my opinion, don't wear it all the time. But wear it when you are wearing something that you feel like you just need to catch or have extra support. That's what I use them for. So like if I'm wearing something and I'm like, okay, I might not be able to, you know what I'm saying? Like wear this, or am I working out? That's a good example. If I'm working out and I need that extra support just because I'm moving so much and I'm, it'll catch if anything happened.
Yeah.
So that's why I do wear them. I wear them for working out. It's like a panty that has that lining, extra lining, and I wear a tampon. But it just supports it just on the heavy days, Yeah. So, yeah. And then avoiding tight clothes. Look, I actually do wear tight clothes because I have leggings on. But I would say I don't wear them all the time. So like if I'm out and I'm about, I will wear like something. But when I get home, I change. I don't never just stay in tight stuff because you get uncomfortable, you get hot and just, so that, and then, that's it. With the comfortable fabrics.
And speaking of tight clothes sometimes, I want to ask my sister about this. Are there any specific fabric recommendations you have for those who may experience skin sensitivity during their period? Because I think the tightness or maybe you want something real comfortable, but we don't necessarily talk about your skin sensitivity during that period. So what?
Well, Mo hit it right on the nail with all of the different materials you can wear. So yes, with cotton and the bamboo and the modal, that's really good. So yeah, anyone that has that, you know, experience with having extra sensitive skin, definitely cotton. I would stick more to cotton and nothing to silk, because the silk, you start to sweat. You know, there's different temperatures that your body's going through, so you start to sweat, and then that gets really uncomfortable, and that can create a lot of irritation down in that area, especially if you have the pads or you have the tampon. You have so much going on down there. You want to just keep it open, like you said, as much as possible. And I really love that rule about going to bed with no underwears on. Is like a cardinal rule. You definitely every day want to go to bed without having your underwears on, just to restart everything, let that airflow.
Yeah, and it keeps it just it keeps it nice and fresh.
And I just have one more follow up. You may not have the answer to, which is fine, but so with people who have skin sensitivity, like, you know, I have that rare condition, and does that tend to heighten during certain phases? Could that be because I think like with mine, my doctor told me my rare disease is due to hormones.
Yeah, I mean, it can. It just depends. Again, I can't go too deep into that, but yeah, most times the hormones, depending on the person and their hormones and other conditions that they have, yes, when those hormones elevate more, a lot more of that irritation is going to flare up. And it's not even just, it goes into the brain as well. It's just connecting everything from the cycle, the hormones, and then up to the brain. Yeah, your body's going to start experiencing a lot more sensitivity.
Isn't it amazing to have a nurse on here?
Yeah, this is cool.
Yes.
So next question I have for Mo is how can layering with oversized tops or cardigans help women feel more comfortable and secure during their period?
I would say when it comes to layering, it is good to layer, because just in case anything happens, a bleed through happens, you can cover up. I would say for me, when I was younger in middle school, I had a lot of like bleed outs because I didn't understand certain stuff with like pads and all these different things. So I started wearing black during it, and if it ever happened, then I wouldn't pretty much know. So I would say that helps, wearing a dark color. But wearing different layers definitely help, because you could tie things around your waist. You could take things off, you know, and change it. So if anything go through your shirt, you could take that off and zip up just zip up your, you know, your hoodie, or if you have a hoodie and then you have the hoodie and then the actual pants on. But I would say to prevent, just wear dark stuff. I would say if you are that woman, and I definitely was that woman or a young lady when I was in middle school. So I just started wearing dark stuff during my menstrual cycle. So yeah.
I definitely agree with that.
You learn, and it's interesting because we as women, a lot of us start at a very young age. So trying to know all of this at a very young age, you know, and depending on your mother's experience, she may not know all the information. So we are learning and constantly learning.
Absolutely.
So my question to you, KK, is I know we kind of got into the clothing choices a little bit, but what advice do you have for managing temperature fluctuation during menstruation?
Yeah, so definitely going back to those cotton lightweight materials. And then again, I mean, it depends. Some women actually experience really getting cold and feeling like they're anemic at that time. So if they want to layer up, they can. But if you're feeling hot and you just want to have like a shacket, you know, you could put on and take it off or put it back on, and it gives you that, again, that breathing space for your skin to let that moisture out.
Yeah, and I'll be going through it when
I do too. And I'm a person who runs hot
Yeah.
all the time. And so, but for me, during my time, I'm cold. And my mom knows because she's like, Shakayla has the heater on. Something's wrong. I'm like, you're not
Yes.
And that's not me.
But I go through both.
Really?
Like,
Yeah,
I literally,
you are.
like, when I'm about to start, I be hecka hot. Like, I know, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm about to start. Then, like, day 1 or 2, I get cold. And it be, like, in the weirdest places. I be like, what is going on with me?
Yes.
And then right before I'm about to ovulate, I get hella hot. Like, I just be just sweating for no reason. So, I just, And that's why we talking about the cycles, because it's the cycle still.
Yeah. Each phase you're going through. I mean, there's so much going on with the patho in your body. So it's a lot. It's very detailed.
Yes. So I love this topic because it's definitely important to know.
Is. And it's not talked about a lot because I think that it comes with that. It's like taboo.
Yeah.
Or a stigma of, the saying, are you on your period? And I think this is going to lighten that to say, it's a part of our daily life.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so do not make us feel bad for being on it. And the fact that we even have to go to work is a whole nother.
That's a whole different topic.
Cramping.
Yes. Another thing, going back to the underwears that they wear, and that's with the pads. With the thongs, during these times when you're having those temperatures, especially if you're getting a lot more hot, you do want to be careful with wearing the thong material, because what happens is you're really moisture from the back area and you're walking, so that is moving up to the front area, and you don't want any of that bacteria getting into the front part, especially around this time, because you are very exposed down there.
Yeah.
So if you can wear it for a short period of time, just for a little date maybe, then you need to take it off right away.
Yes, date.
You got to take it
date
off
night.
right away. Yes,
Yeah, that's why I wear it for fitness, and then I go home and shower.
Take it off.
Yeah, that's how I discovered them, because I was like, I need something to help me out.
Yes.
And wearing dark colors help as well.
Does.
So it's on me, huh? To ask you guys a question. Okay.
Yeah.
So what are some key features to look for underwear when it comes to comfort and support during your period?
I like this question, and it also we've kind of touched on a lot of this already, and so you will probably see a lot of this in the answers, but it's just bringing home that top to bottom of your look, your pants, your shirt, they all need to kind of match. So with your underwear, you're talking about things that can absorb, protection. You want the built-in layers to absorb it. We talked about, there is a brand literally called Period, and it's Period panties. I've seen some other brands. So Mo talked about that. And you want breathable fabrics. Again, having it be breathable down there is so important. Like my sister mentioned about just bacteria. And also, you want support and fit. So you want something that supports you during that time to prevent leakage, but you also want something that's supporting you while you're cramping, you're bloated. So all of those, you have to take into consideration when you're buying underwear. It is important, especially depending on what you wear. Some people wear tampons, some people wear pads, some people have wing pads.
Yes.
No, it's
the
all
cups.
the cups
as well is a new thing.
and your underwear has to be able to support whatever you're wearing. So that's important too.
I agree.
We're looking into that.
So KK, I think you kind of went into this just now, but period proof panties.
Yes.
What's some advice about hygiene? You kind of went into it.
Yeah.
So we can, if you have any more tips.
Yeah. Well, just from the start of it, every day you want to really be taking care of that area. And I know women tend to add more fragrance down there and soap down there. You don't want to do that. You literally just want to wash with warm water from the get-go. Then you want to apply those really good underwears that you're going to be in for some time. Sometimes you can even change them out throughout the day. But yeah, you want to definitely go in with having just that cotton underwear. I really am for the cotton underwear.
Yeah,
Yes.
cotton underwear. Yeah. Grandma definitely was open with them tips, and she was right.
And you can layer it up too as well. A lot of people are good with panty liners. It just depends on the flow. But if you need to double up the pads, do that. You can do that.
I agree.
Because hygiene is so important.
Oh, yes.
I'm pretty sure a lot of your grandmothers told you this, that no one should be able to know that you're on.
Absolutely.
And we do have slippage. It happens where we have some leaks or like bleed throughs, like Mo said. But even I think with the smell that comes with how you're properly taking care of that. And that's why you said like stay away from the perfumes, because we're trying to hide the scent, but we don't realize we're enhancing that scent. You know.
Well, also too, I think a lot of times, and this is something I've learned, it's about what you eat as well.
100%.
It goes
Yes.
back into what you eat, and then
Yes.
also learning about the cycle. We're in a cycle each week. This is what I'm learning now. So as I'm losing weight, I'm learning how to eat while I'm on each cycle each week. So like for me, like the week before and maybe during my period, I want a lot of iron. I want steak.
Absolutely.
You know, so learning how to make sure, okay, let me eat a little more iron, or let me take some iron pills and stuff like that. It definitely has to do with what you're putting in your body as well when it comes to the smell. They have washes and stuff like that, but you want to minimize some of those washes, in my opinion, because it does throw you off somewhat. And it was probiotic and all those different things is good too. So it's just, you got to just learn your body, and this is what this is about. You don't have to take every information we're saying, but just learning what's best for you. And even eating pineapple a little before this happens, you know, start eating a lot of fruit. Like when you get your sweet tooth during your period, eat fruit.
Eat the fruit,
and it'll help with that smell as well. So that's just my opinion.
And what works for one person may not work for everybody.
Yes.
Some of us have allergies, so you may not be able to eat pineapple. So maybe you need to figure out another fruit.
Yes.
You know, so that's important too, is that, again, this is supposed to just be educational to get you really thinking about you and yourself, you know.
I agree.
So it's all about how you feel, how how you're dressing, what you're eating. And again, that goes back to just literally educating yourself more on each phase and when they're starting in that week.
Yeah, I agree.
I think a lot of people are missing that point.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And that's something I had to really get it together on. And it's really helping now that I'm going into that world of being mindful of, okay, I'm on this. Okay, this is where I'm at. I'm going into ovulation. This is why I'm feeling this way.
Yes, absolutely.
So, because I get roll rage.
Oh.
I feel late.
It's
I
those
feel like,
times.
what is... Oh, I'm about
It's
to
those
ovulate.
times, yes.
Because I'll be yelling. And I'll be so calm and chill. And then next thing you know,
Yes.
I'm like, oh, yeah.
It's not
and I'm so nice during my period. But like right before ovulation, I get mean.
And it's like right after the flow phase.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best week I have. I'm like energized.
Yeah.
Let's party. Then the
Yes.
second week come.
Yeah, it just shifts.
So that goes to the follicle phase. That's where the hormone rises. The energy lifts up. You're in the mood. You're like, okay, I just get off my period. I feel good. And then you really want to bring your fashion in and start dressing and getting back into those bright colors. So yes,
It's true.
It is definitely
so
part
true.
of that.
Yes. Okay. So Shay, loose fitting bottoms. Recommend some loose pants, joggers. I would say brands. Like, do you know any brands for these things, stuff that you like with joggers? I changed the question a little bit.
And I love that.
Because I feel like we've been touching on it. So I was like, let me change this up. So, like, what's your favorite, like, comfortable stuff that you get into? Like, where do you buy from? Where do you, stylist real quick?
Yeah. So,
Because Shay's a stylist too. So I feel like I'm going to change the question up.
Yeah. So my go-to is I have to wear loose fitting tights, and the materials that I tend to look for in the tag for my tights is it needs to have like a huge percentage of rayon and a huge percentage of elastane, because that I know it's going to stretch, and that's what I need, because I don't know how people wear jeans.
Yeah.
Cramping, bloated. Wearing jeans on a regular day is a lot.
It is.
So and then I will do some dresses, but the dresses are not form fitting, not no bodycon. They have to be loose and flowy, like a loose flowy maxi, because it's just, I don't want really any material on my skin. Like I have sensitive skin, and then the less material I can have attached to my body, the better for me. So I go to sweats, I go to tights. Those are like my go-to. And as my top, I don't do tight fitting tops either. I have to do a real loose, baggy, and I try to, still make it look decent. So when I'm stepping outside, I'm not just looking, a mess. So that's why I think sets are important, just like dresses.
Yeah.
And I like to say one and done. Sets are the same thing.
One and done.
The same thing. And as far as brands, I think it just really depends. I'm a Fashion Nova person, but I've been trying.
This ain't
I've been
nothing
trying
wrong with
it's
it.
fast fashion, but for plus size, it works for me. But I can't think of that brand. It wasn't in Target. You don't have to go to Target to get it, but it was. It starts with an A. They have a lot of great clothing for plus size women, especially too. That's like loose, and so I just say figure out a brand for you, because I'm usually like Fashion Nova, and when I buy things, I tend to stick within the same thing.
It seems like those the stretchy pants with the flared out bottoms are really coming
the
into
ones I
style
got
too.
on.
Yes,
Yeah.
those are really good as
And
well.
these are from Fabletics.
Yes,
Fabletics
those
is
are really
good. Yeah.
It's Fabletics have it goes all the way from extra small to 4X, I think. So Fabletics is amazing. I love Fabletics.
And I think that's a good point. Fabletics is it's those athleisure brands, athletic brands that you should really be looking into, because they actually talk about the material and how it stretch in your movement and performance. And so you want to look for brands that actually can give you that description, so you'll know how it's going to fit on your body.
Yeah. And I will say, like, do your research, because I do work out a lot, so I have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I one of my favorite brands that I have is called Pop Flex. And they also, and I actually, this is the code, but I actually have, I love them because they are so fashionable. And I feel like sometimes when you're wearing black and stuff, you want to look a certain way, you know? So they have just like little things like pockets and little things like that. They also go all the way up to 4X. And I love it. And it's so fashionable. They have shrugs. They have cute pants. They have skirts. I just bought this cute, like, really, really cute skirt. For running, I can't wait to run in it. It is so sexy.
I love it.
But they just have really, really cute stuff. But I love that she designed it in a way for what women says. So like if people say, I don't like the pockets, she will redesign the item for her customer. And I love that. Like, it's so awesome too. And I love that she fits plus size. It's just her. Yeah. So it's called Pop Flex. So if you ever need some very fashionable stuff, go to her, because she's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
and it's good that they are creating that now, because when you're on your menstrual cycle, physical activity is very important, because it's going to relieve a lot of those.
Yeah.
The bloating and the cramps. So yeah, you want to make sure you get the right athletic material, so it can support you through that.
I agree.
That's going to help a lot with your moods.
I agree. And she answered the question, because I was about to ask that. The clothing for for cramping and bloating.
Oh, yes.
So we don't even have to answer it. She answered. We just put it in there.
Yes.
There you go.
And then I think it's back to me.
So now Mo touched on it a little bit about color choices, but let's do a little deeper dive. What color options do you suggest for those concerned about potential leaks? Why do darker shades or prints work well?
So I think my favorite is black. So I have all black on. I have a white top. So sometimes I'll pop a color in here so it won't look so Wednesday and Adams. Because I go right. I love Wednesday too.
I love
but
her.
I try to change it up just so I won't be so dark. And that's the way I do it. But black does help, because if it does go through, you cannot see it. Absolutely. And it just, in some you can, it just depends, but people are not going to really notice it because of the color, and it change the color when it get to that black.
Yes.
So I would say black. They also have, I think it's like acid fit or something like that. Acid, it's like a dark smoke color. But I feel like that one works as well. It's kind of like a dark gray. But I feel like I think it's like acid something. Anyway, acid dry or something. I don't know. Anyway,
I feel like I know what you're talking about, and I can't think of.
I cannot think of the name.
We're gonna figure it out and tell y'all.
Yeah, we'll put it at the bottom. But I would say black. just dark colors, browns, but sometimes brown you can see too. So you just gotta be careful. Sets, black sets, one and done. But I would say black. Just stick with the black. Stick with the black because it helps. And you can change it up like how I do, put colors on it, or you can even do black pants and then do a whole bright top if you want to. But your black pants will secure you. So, you know.
And I think another thing to add on to that is going back to the different flows. Some of us don't have a heavy flow. Some of us do. So maybe the recommendation, if you love color, is you wear the color on the lightest day of your flow.
Yeah, that's a good
wear
idea.
The darker colors on the heaviest day. You know, so
Yeah, and then tampons, it stop a lot of stuff. So if you are a color person, like some people loves to wear color. I wore all type of colors on my menstrual, but I also make sure that everything down there is good, like the panty. That's why I have found out about the thongs that has the extra support. I don't think there's nothing wrong with wearing color actually. But anyway, explore.
Yeah, no, it does, and that's good you said that because a lot of different women do. They say, no, I'm okay. I want to wear bright colors while I'm on my menstrual. It actually makes me feel more better about my menstrual. But then there are some who are more timid and they're like, no, let me stick with my black but still look cute. So that is okay. That is good to know.
I agree, and I think too is women that's usually heavy.
Yeah,
that has a heavy flow, blowed a lot and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so do what you feel. These are just some tips that we have came up with, or we do.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And KK, you agreed. So I just want to know: is there anything else you want to add to is there any health implications to consider when women are choosing colors for their menstrual? And it may not be any. But
no, just it really doesn't affect your cycle or what's going on at that time. It's all in the mind. It's just about making yourself less stressed during that time because it is it's ongoing, it's nonstop. So you just now want to tailor your clothes and make it to where you're not having that stress.
I agree.
Okay, and we're gonna get into this last question before we turn it to a closing discussion. So actually last two, but Mo, so what makes athleisure a suitable option for those wanting to feel active and comfortable during their period? And I know we kind of talked about this already, so is there anything else you would like to add to that?
It makes it comfortable because it's for working out, but it's also for everyday wear, but it's also fashionable. That's what, because like moms, people that go from yoga to they need to go to a quick meeting and stuff like that. So it is for comfort, but it's also for fashion as well, which is I really love because I wear it a lot. Like anytime people bump into me, they always see me like, oh, you look cute. Yes, this is Pop Flex or whatever. I'll be telling people what I'm wearing. But they have different brands like Lululemon, Fabuletics. They have Adidas has some good stuff too, like where they actually pumped it up a little bit and just start making stuff different and changing the codes, adding denim and putting their stripes on it.
Oh, yes.
Nike has been like doing a lot of like fashionable stuff when it comes to fitness clothes. It's just basically fitness clothes with the twist. What else? I was just because I was like, let me think of some brands. But my favorite is Pop Flex. It's amazing, and she's a designer too, so I love that. But yeah, I would say it's all about you. Is shopping, figuring out what your style is in athletes wear, because everybody is different. So some people are more of a Nike, some people are more of a Lululemon, some people are more like me, Pop Flex. So it just depends, I wear a lot of Fabuletics too because it's cheap and it's not super expensive. It's very like reasonable, and you can do a monthly subscription.
And get it for cheaper
So you
deals.
can buy you a piece
Absolutely.
here and there. But I feel like when you in fitness, you wear a lot of, like, I literally wear this all the time.
Yeah.
So it's like my second uniform.
Absolutely.
Including my suits, suits. But yeah, so that's,
And KK already answered the importance of physical activity during that. So I don't know if you wanted to give a little bit more about that, but I also wanted to kind of throw in a question, which is we talked about men and women's energy together. And I would love for you to kind of go in a little bit detail about that.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's now about them being educated as well on the menstrual cycles.
And them being men.
Yeah. It's some of them get really uncomfortable to talk about the subject, but I believe that it would really help a lot in the relationships on, knowing when your girl or woman is at that time of her phase. So, it's literally just educating themselves to avoid that, because there's times where the woman is so emotional and they don't understand, and it just causes more friction, between them.
So what I'm hearing is make her feel more supported,
heard,
100%. Safe, not saying, "Oh, you're on your period,
yes.
you're getting emotional."
Yes,
is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, that is going to trigger a lot more of tension in the relationship. Is when men just go to, "Oh, she's PMSing right now," and that's just her. No, that's even more of a time to get in there and say, like, "What do you need?" Bring her some chocolate here and there, just pop up with it. You got to know it, and they need to know when their women's cycle is. It's every month. So you should know it by now. It's every month.
Because trust me, I mean, we are being so serious when we say it is an out of body experience.
It is. It's a struggle.
It's a struggle.
It's
a
big
lot.
struggle.
And we are constantly fighting what's going on in our body, because also the symptoms always tend to change month to month.
Yeah, I know mine do. As I get older, it does. Because for me, I don't cramp every month.
Absolutely.
I have like here and there where I'll be like, oh my God. And there's times where I have like a bad period where I'm throwing up. Like, and I'm just all over the place. Like I start spinning and stuff. And I feel like I gotta go to the hospital. And it's just my period. It's been times where I felt like I had the flu.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, I think it's my period. And then my period comes.
There's a lot into it. Like, it's really the process of preparing your body for pregnancy. So we're going through that all the time. So, some people won't have those sickness. Or some will. Just depends,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wow.
This is
This
such
is a good
amazing discussion. And I really hope that you all watching can walk away with a lot, or walk away with one thing that makes you actually want to just tap into this subject a little bit more. And we're not trying to shade men, but it is great to, for education purposes, not only for your partner, but your daughters.
Yes,
100%. You can help the mom 100%. Educate the daughter on that, lift that weight, that burden off of your daughter and, your spouse or partner doing that work, because it's a lot, so.
I wanted to say something. I wanted to add something. So I watched something, I think it was the other day, and they was saying men's cycle is from 5 a.m. to 5. So it's like that time is they're working or getting out there, they're doing their thing, and then after that they want to rest. So for us, it's not like that. Ours is ongoing. So it does... I feel like it gives us an understanding of them and then us, and knowing, like, just being considerate of each other's cycles.
Yes,
even though it doesn't mean that he's a woman or anything, but it's just saying that that's when he's at his highest energy and he's providing and all those things. And I thought that was very interesting. I just thought that was very interesting that they said that, but I really believe it. I feel like it's very true.
That makes so much sense.
I wanted to say that. But I just also just respecting that women carry life, and we're just completely different from men, and just understanding that men are different from us. And just respecting each other, I think, is a big thing. But I just hope that everybody gets some good knowledge from this,
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And I hope, the fashion industry is understanding that you're not just dressing for looks, but you're also dressing for our cycle.
Yes. Exactly. And keep coming with a nice cycle. Because I do like wearing jeans, but please make them stretchy.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Don't put no waistband on my stuff. Make some more of those jeans. Because it's times where I want to slip up, but I wear a lot of black. If I do wear jeans, I wear black jeans. So I'm put jeans for periods,
Yeah.
you know, because sometimes you want to step out and put your heel on and put a cute, so you know,
Yeah.
Yes.
change some stuff up for us. But yeah, you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up. So again, thank you all for tuning in, and thank you to our special guest, Kalela, aka KK, aka
Thank you,
the
KK.
LVN.
Thank you guys for having me. I enjoyed it. I did.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
It is so cool to have twins on here.
know,
And
my
they're
sister.
Gemini twins.
Yes,
Gemini
Team Geminis.
twins.
Yes.
So cool.
I love it.
We're all air signs.
Yes.
And she
Y'all
a big
gotta-
sister. I'm the baby.
Yeah. Yeah, you're the baby for both of us, you know. But yes, thank you so much for coming.
Of course.
And you guys already know, hit that like button, that subscribe button, comment. Seriously, we want to hear from you, okay? And stay tuned.
And then we'll make sure we put some of the facts down there. Please look into things that we're saying. Don't take everything as is for you. You know, look into some of the information. We just wanted to share something that is something that we deal with and other women in the world is dealing with as well. But yeah, just please make sure you leave some comments and ask us some questions, and we will be back to answer them. And we out.
Yeah, peace.